Hello, welcome back to Beautiful You. Today I want to talk about confidence. Confidence is a very difficult thing to obtain for a lot of people. I know it was for me. And still today I battle lack of confidence in so many areas, but I do know that I have more today than I had in the first 33 to 38 years of my life. And age helps a lot with confidence, I must admit. But I think that if we choose to believe that we are good at something, or we choose to believe that we know what we are doing, I think that can go a long way with our confidence. And I also think it's important to understand that confidence is not the same thing as cockiness or arrogance. When you are good at something, so for example, if you have learned a skill in a trade and you become really good at it, then it really doesn't serve you to not be confident about it, no matter what. We will always make mistakes, especially almost any trade or skill that we learn is always, you're never done learning. So especially if you're in some kind of field like healthcare, or honestly, it's everything. If you're an athlete, if you're a manager of anybody, like a store manager, if you drive for a living, anything you do, if you do it well enough to get paid for it, then you should know that you do a good job. And I know not everybody who gets paid for things does a good job. I know that. But most of the time, people who are listening to this, people who lack confidence in their skills, it's because they want to be extra careful. And when you're careful, you do a good job. And even when you do make mistakes, they probably aren't as bad as someone who isn't careful at all. They're not as bad as someone who's cocky and moves right over things. So if you care enough to be worried, if you care enough that it affects your confidence, you need to understand that you're also very good at what you do. And if you go slowly and just give it your best shot, you're going to be just fine. So try not to let what others say about this skill affect you. Oftentimes, we might be great at deflecting negative comments that people make about us until it comes to something that we lack confidence in. And when we lack confidence in something and someone else says something negative about us pertaining to that particular skill, all of a sudden, where we may have before just let it roll off of our backs, this time we take it personally and we believe what that person says. That person typically has no idea. Even if it's somebody that is higher up than you. For example, if you're a nurse and a doctor tells you something like that, while it may be true in some aspects and while you may be able to learn from it, it doesn't need to destroy your confidence in yourself. If you can take it with a grain of salt and as a way to improve yourself even more, then I hope you can allow that to give you even more confidence, because you are open to constructive criticism, and hopefully you learn something from the event without anybody getting hurt. So what made me say this today is I heard a girl I know on TikTok, which I am on TikTok with these videos. If you guys like them, I would like to switch completely over to TikTok, but I only speak for 1 minute at a time in those videos, and these I can add a lot more detail. So I'll probably never just do TikTok, but I usually finish this video and then kind of quickly put what I said in this video into a 1-minute video on TikTok. But anyways, I was on TikTok and I saw a girl that I used to work with, and man, I thought she knew everything. I looked up to her. I just thought she was so smart. I just thought, man, if I ever have as much knowledge as her, it'll be unbelievable. And she came on TikTok talking about how people said negative things to her and made her at even some points think about quitting her career because she allowed herself for some period of time to think that it might be true. And I was just shocked. I thought, wow, if you could think about you what I think about you. So I just want you to realize that you're actually a lot better than you may give yourself credit for in a lot of things that you do. And many people look up to you in the things that you do. So when someone says something negative to you about something that you lack confidence in, don't let it bother you. Don't listen to them. Listen to other people who lift you up, because we beat ourselves up enough as it is, and we struggle with confidence enough as it is. So don't let anybody bring you down. And if they try to, tell yourself that they don't know probably all that you've put into learning about your skill, and go talk to somebody who supports you and lifts you up, and let them remind you how beautiful you are at your skill.